thumbs? What if they're poseable thumbs?
I don't think people have poseable, but okay, maybe we're wrong here.
I'm posing with
I'm
my
having a hard
thumbs.
time with words today.
Hello everybody, my name is Ilya.
And my name is Tyler. Together we make up Kovray, a couple that loves to play board games.
And telling you a little bit about ourselves.
Questions.
So today we're doing the board game tag. I think we're nominated by Foster the Meeple, but I think it originally went back to Board Game Dave, I believe, who did the tag kind of more broadly.
Yeah.
So I'm sure you've seen many of these videos around, getting to know some of your favorite content creators around the board game space, so we thought we'd jump in and tell you a little bit about ourselves.
Exactly. I don't know any of the questions.
So it's a surprise
So it's a bit of
board
a surprise,
game tag.
yeah.
Okay, so there's 20 questions that we'll go through, and we'll answer them as honestly
and as raw as we can.
Why raw?
Because raw emotion.
Authentic?
Authentic.
I like that better.
All right.
I always think of meat, like raw meat. Question number 1. What is your age? Where are you from? And what is your name?
How old am I actually? That's 3 questions.
Well, that's the question number 1. Name, age, and location.
Name, age, location.
I need my phone for my questions, so
All right.
I promise I'm not ignoring.
We already introduced ourselves.
Ilya?
Tyler.
Are we 27 or 28?
I turned 28 this year, and then you turned...
Tyler has this whole thing that we're different ages.
We were born in different years.
Yes, but we're 5 months
Ilya,
apart.
yeah, is 5 months older than me. That's it. So I'm 27, Ilya's 27.
We're the same age.
Yeah.
And we're in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada.
Exactly.
Canadians.
Woo-hoo.
He was born in Newfoundland.
Newfoundland, yeah.
And I was born in Russia.
Mm-hmm.
Fun additional
So
question
not
fact.
Canadian.
Well, I am a Canadian citizen, and so are you. What is your favorite childhood board game?
Childhood board game? Probably like Clue, I want to say.
That's fair.
Is the first one that comes to my mind, so I have to say Clue.
I think for me, card games come to mind.
Oh,
I don't know if that's cheating.
I wasn't thinking about card games.
Card games are considered board games in my world.
Okay.
But we were playing this game. I think the rough translation is called Fool, because if you lose, you're a fool. But it's a simple kind of trump card where you just...
Wait, is that the one we played with your...
I think I taught you how to... Yeah, that game. So that we played that literally like almost every day when I was a kid, and it's just very... and the Old Maid as well.
I retract my statement. It's Crib.
Crib's pretty
Yeah,
good.
because I played Crib all the time with my family.
Okay. Question number
3.
When did you really get into the board game hobby?
A year after we started dating. Actually, a year after we started living together, I think it was.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think we've always liked board games, but we
Yeah.
never really knew the vast scope of board games.
Yeah, and the extent of what we were doing was like going to cafes, playing games, and just like picking up a game that somebody would recommend to us, not really like looking into it further than that. So a lot was
one day it just flourished, and it was beautiful.
Yep.
Okay, question number 4. First game you purchased. Do you still have that game? Okay, I have a story.
Oh boy.
So, in my memory, I'm sure there's one earlier, but the earliest I remember is Catan. Because I really liked playing Catan in university. I'm like, I'm going to have my own game because I'm tired of boring others.
Yeah.
And I want to share it. And I think I was a resident assistant, so I wanted to offer it and share the experience and share the love. So I got my own version.
Mm-hmm.
Catan is an expensive game. And I was a poor student. And I'm like, this was an investment. And I lent it out so many times that I think near the end of the year, I'm like, I'm going to play it now. And I opened the box, and half the game was missing.
Oh, how is
there
that
was
possible?
I don't know, but there was little pieces of paper that said like wood and sheep, and I'm like, are you what? And I lent it out so many times at that point that I like, there's no way for me to know who could have possibly done that.
No.
So the second part of that question is no, I don't own it anymore because half of it was missing.
After high school, I think the first game I bought would have been like Killer Bunnies.
Okay.
And then we still have it.
I think that's my Killer
Or is
Bunnies.
that your Killer
I think
maybe
I was
it wasn't
gifted that
mine
Killer
then.
Bunnies.
I don't think it was then.
No.
I have no idea. I don't... if it was a game that we bought, we still have it. I just don't know.
We might not.
But I don't think we've given any games away.
That's true. What number 6?
6.
What was your breakthrough game?
like that pushed me over the edge.
The question is, what is your breakthrough game?
My breakthrough game?
Yeah.
Harry Potter Hogwarts Battle, probably. The card game, like the deck builder.
What about it made you?
I don't know. It was just like, I got so invested in it because I used to play a lot of Magic. And then going into this,
and it is magical,
like board game space, it was just like, now we can deck build on the fly. And then it was so much fun that I just like wanted to play more games like that.
That's fair. I think mine would be Above and Below.
Yeah.
Because I think it has just a little bit of everything. And I just could not, when we first started playing it, I think we played it like every day for a solid chunk of time.
We showed it to so many people.
It was our introduction game. It's still so much fun. I would still play it anytime. It's a phenomenal game. What is, number 7.
Number 7.
What is a theme that draws you in?
Anything with animals. Does that count?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything with animals, really. If it's like, well, okay, I'll rephrase and I'll say like, if it's more outdoorsy than things. So like some games can have animals in it, but they're more like caricatures,
like
or like, yeah, but like a good example would be Parks.
Root?
No. Like Root is a good theme, but like instantly I'm drawn into games that are more like nature-like or animal-esque. Like Cascadia is a good example. Parks is a great example. What's another? I guess Arc Nova would be a really good example as well. Things like that are more like realistic.
I think my answer is really snobby.
Oh no.
Are you ready?
No.
I think it's things that I haven't experienced or I haven't seen. So like I want to like, maybe I've never like, I don't know the intricacies of like gold mining.
Or building a park.
Maybe building a park. Yeah.
Like amusement park.
Well, I feel like that's not quite. I think it's more of like, I really like themes that I haven't seen before or haven't like experienced. So like I'm really big if there's a game that has a really abstract theme, then like Decorum's a good example of like, let's decorate a house together in a cooperative way. And like it's something we do every day.
Yeah.
But it's never really been like done in a game. So I like cool new ideas that are thrown into games.
Innovation.
Question number
8 or 9? 9. Okay.
Question number 9. A mechanism you don't like or that you aren't good at.
Should I do both?
Sure.
The one I don't like, guaranteed, you know what I'm already going to say, bidding. I don't like bidding games.
Why not?
I don't like bidding games that are strictly around bidding. I think...
When bidding is like
the main proponent.
Mechanism.
If it's like a secondary, I can maybe deal with it.
Okay.
But if it's like the main proponent, I just like, I get tossed away from it because some people are very different in the natures of how they bid. And I know that can be fun, but it's just like, I don't vibe with it very well. So that would be my...
And what's the one you're bad at?
The one I'm bad at? I'm bad at a lot of one. No, I'm not that bad. If I had to pick one that I'm bad at, it'd probably be like push your luck games. No.
I'm Tyler.
I like randomness. Well, I was gonna say abstract games, but like
it's not really a mechanism.
Yeah, it's not really a mechanism.
Azul.
Yeah. Let's narrow it down to a game. Azul. I'm not good at that game, so...
He does okay.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
I get stomped most of the times, and I'm okay with it. It's just fun.
I think for me... See, like, I like most games. It's very hard for me not to like a game.
Yeah,
so
but this is a mechanism.
Exactly, but I like a lot of mechanism. Like, it's hard. I don't think there's a mechanism particularly like I will not play this or ignore this. Yeah. But if I had to choose, I don't think I love area control.
I was just thinking that.
Like, it's just not. It's not something I get excited about. There's like, I'll play games that have it, but it's never like, yes, area control games. And like, it takes me a bit to kind of get into it. So I like it as a secondary piece, but it's kind of similar to your bidding.
Yeah.
And one game that I'm not a mechanism I'm not particularly good at
That one's a harder one. I don't know why I challenged myself to
I don't know why you did both. I feel like I'm not good at area control games because I never know like the right
last time you beat me, wait.
Well, you're also not very good at area control games.
Was it like Tigris and Euphrates, the one that we played?
No, there's a lot of area control games we play.
Yeah, really.
Like we play area control games on a regular basis. But yeah, I would say area control as well because I never know the right timing to like make my move with those types of games.
Yeah, that's fair. Like long drawn out strategy game, like war strategy games, I guess would be like another one that I'm not
usually area control.
Yeah.
That's usually area control.
Like Root, I'm not particularly good at, I don't think.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you don't like.
Oh no, I like Root. I quite enjoy Root.
Okay, next question. Question number 10. What is the newest game in your collection, or newest games? Have you played it / them? Do you know what the newest game in our collection?
This would be a question for you to answer.
Point Salad EV version.
Oh yes, that's true actually, and we just got it.
Yeah,
so we haven't played it.
Wormholes.
Wormholes, which we also just got. So like
both of those we just got. We have not played, although I suspect we'll be playing them within 24 hours.
Yeah. I'm excited for the EV Point Salad.
I'm excited for both of them.
I don't know as much as I want to about Wormholes
but
yet. So
Peter McPherson did Tiny Towns. This is his second game.
That's true.
So it's gotta be good.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Number
11.
11. You have to be more confident.
I should just like assert that I know what we're doing.
Exactly. So let's do a countdown on this one, but it's the favorite player count. Do you have one in mind?
I think that's game dependent.
No.
But okay.
Overall.
Yes. Yeah.
3, 2, 1. 3.
Nice.
we usually play games 2-player.
Yeah,
but I think the reason I like 3 is that 4 is too long. It's always too long, and games are better in my opinion at 3 than 4. And 3 is just perfect because it adds another layer, and usually like this, there's no 2-player variant. You can just go play the real game, and then just have a lot of fun.
Yeah, I feel like at 3 you get the experience of what the game is supposed to be without it taking too long. That's the general gist of what I'll say about it.
I like that.
Obviously, I think it's very dependent on the game, but yeah, in general,
Fair.
3.
Number 12 is, what is your board game pet peeve?
Oh, you go first. I have to think about this one.
Me too. Okay, I have mine.
I'm listening, but I'm also thinking.
Okay, so I think it used to be when people would bridge shuffle cards.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think but I think I care less about it because games are meant to be played if the cards are a little worn, not the end of the world. If I care that much about the cards, I'll sleeve them.
Yes.
So I think I've gotten over that one.
Fair.
I think my new one is, I think I've said this before in a video, where obviously board games is a social experience. We have stories to tell, we catch up, we do all these things. But I think there's an art in balancing story time versus being in a game.
This, yeah.
So if we're literally about to finish the game and it's all to the last couple of plays and they're all like high tension, high strategic, that is not the time to tell the story of how your package got missed and you didn't get a certain game you wanted, or how your dog did this funny thing. Like, no, that is not the time to tell the story. That time is to focus on the game, finish it off,
and then
score, and then go.
That's fair.
And in the beginning of the games, as we're easing into it, if the rules are already taught, everything's fine. Like, that's fine. Like, tell your story, have the conversation. I'll tell my story. We'll have to say how our week's gone. But don't do it in tense moments, especially if we're about to enter something like a bidding mechanism or a war.
Like that. Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, have I ever told you that time that I burned my cookies a little bit too much? No. That's my pet peeve.
That's a good pet peeve. I don't know if I really have one. And I don't think that people do this intentionally, but this is what I will say. Is like when people are teaching games and they forget it's okay to forget like small rules that could like lead you to like a victory or something like that. But if it's like a key rule that you just like forgot to mention during your teach, and then like it comes down to like a turn where the people who are being taught the game are like, oh well, can I do this? Like, yeah, you've been able to do that the whole time, or actually no, you can't do this, blah 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 blah, and they explain like the whole rule. Like that gets me a little irked because
are you coming for me?
I'm not coming for you. I'm just saying that like as a person who is relatively competitive, if you're going to miss a rule, it's on me to ask the right questions, but it's also like really, really frustrating when you think you can play the game one way and then find out halfway through because the individual who is teaching like forgot.
That's fair.
A rule, and then like it kind of ruins your game experience.
That's fair.
Yeah, I'm not saying that there's a lot of people who do it intentionally, but if you do it intentionally, shame on you.
Well, and first game's a learning game, and, and obviously I teach most of our games, and sometimes I go through things quickly. I don't think I forget. I think I just sometimes say it very quickly, and it gets lost in the grander scheme of things. Because it's very rare for me to forget.
Yeah, I'm not saying it happens a lot. I'm just saying
that's a good pet
when
peeve.
It does happen.
Yes, that's a good pet peeve. Number 13. What is a player color that you use most often?
I'm not wearing it right now.
He uses
red all the time.
And I'm usually blue, but I think I'm not as attached. Like, I feel like you're like, if red is there, you're going to play red.
Red is not in the game.
If blue is there, like, I'll prefer it, but if someone else wants it, I'll play. Like, I'm not that attached to it.
Yeah, I like playing red, and then if I don't play red, I have to play the closest color to red.
Orange or yellow?
Usually. 14. Question 14.
Do you read the rulebook or watch a how to play video?
Neither.
I'm the teacher of 99% of our games.
I'll teach a game every now and then, but I usually have to watch a video.
I think it's a good combination because I'm not an auditory learner. So it's always very hard for me to teach. Like, I'm a rulebook 100%. I even struggle with how to play videos. I need to read the rulebook. That's the only way I learn how to play games. And I often teach people, and I try to teach in all the ways. So I show what happens, I explain it, and the toughest people to teach are the ones that just want to like, let's play. It's like, no, like we have to get the base of the game because you're going to make a decision and then you're going to be mad because I forgot a special rule or forgot to tell you.
I wasn't coming for you and now you're coming for me. All right, I see how it is.
Question number 15. Favorite snack to eat while playing board games? I don't think we snack that much during games.
Snack during games. But like the times that I can think about, it's like either
gummies.
It's usually gummies.
Gummy bears, gummy worms.
Like we have a jar of rockets over there.
Those strawberry water bottles are just like.
Oh yeah. Usually it's like candy.
It's like chewy candy.
Yeah, but sometimes we make cookies and we just like share them. But most of the time like.
Chips is rare because chips are greasy.
Yeah, we have people over and then we eat dinner and then we come downstairs and play games. And
then
we'll
usually drinks.
And we just drink. Yeah.
I usually have a bubbly.
And I actually have been avoiding trying to have pop because it's in the evening and I stay up all night.
So he drinks apple juice.
Yeah, and water. Nice.
Number 16.
Okay.
Have you ever been to a board game convention? If so, which one?
One's. We've been to 2.
Went to 2.
Yeah.
Been to PAX Unplugged and
Dice Tower West.
Yeah. So PAX Unplugged was very much of like, let's learn some games, let's meet some publishers, let's see what all this industry is about.
PAX Unplugged was very much, we had been in this content creation space for like a year, let's go meet all the people.
And then Dice Tower West was this place in games.
Yes, we played games forever.
And luckily, we got to become really good friends with Jeff and Jamie through both of those.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and we played a lot of games together.
A lot of great connections through board games.
Friendships happen at conventions. Especially when you stay up very late and all of a sudden just laugh for no reason.
And order McDonald's. Alright, question 17.
An unreleased game you're most looking forward to.
Like it was on Kickstarter.
An unreleased game you're most looking forward to.
Wayfarers. Does that count? I can give you another one.
Do one you haven't played.
Okay.
Yeah. I think that's more fair.
More fair to get me to say a game that I have not played. Arcs. Is that what it's called?
Oh, the new leader game?
Yeah, that or oh gosh. Winter.
Oh my goodness.
Answer this question.
Endless Winter.
Endless Winter.
Endless Winter.
There we go. That's the other one.
Okay. I think for me, mine's funny because I think I know very little about this game, but I'm very intrigued. It's called Flow.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Do you remember Flow?
Yeah, I remember you telling me about
So
this.
I think it's designed by Henry Audubon, who does parks, and I think the team behind it is just like all stars. The cover looks.
They've only released the cover.
I think there's a description.
I've only seen the cover.
There is a description of what the game is about, but it just looks like my heart is just going to be filled with joy. So I'm excited about it.
There you go.
Yeah. Number 18.
Wow.
What is your favorite thing about the board game hobby?
What is my favorite thing about the board game hobby that I've been able to experience?
Well, it is your favorite thing.
That's true. It is my favorite thing. I guess I just like the ability of games to like kind of bring people together. But also I would say that my favorite thing about board games is like there's so many games out there, and it's very exciting to like explore the space of games to not just find yourself a game, but find other people games that they're like like glowing eyes kind of over. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a very good feeling. I think my favorite thing is obviously community. But I'll say more to that. That is, I think we're on the precipice of board games exploding.
Hopefully. I want them to
I'm making this call right now, so if everyone's like 10 years down the road, you can go down to this video and be like, Ilya
oh my gosh, Ilya, you were right.
I was right. Everyone has board games.
He's so
smart. And the reason I'm saying this is I think technology is such I think an everyday thing in our lives now, in most people's lives, that the board games are just such a nice escape from the screens, because I feel like almost all sorts of entertainment right now is a screen or something of that like nature.
Yeah.
So I love the ability to connect with people over board games, especially like you said, that feeling of when people realize that board games are just more than what they've experienced in childhood of those like classic board games. There's a huge variety of games that can potentially fit their styles.
A lot.
The sparks, the magic, I think that's the reason we do this, is to share that love.
I mean, like, I would say the community thing too, but it's just like, I feel like we have a very different experience in the community space because we're like, as content creators.
That's very true. Yeah. Question number 19. Open and punch a game right away, or wait till you play it for the first time?
I'm definitely wait to play it till the first time, but I can guarantee you that none of our games stay in shrink for longer than 3 hours.
That is not. There is some games on our shelf right now in shrink.
I can tell you the games that are on our shelf are duplicate games.
No, there is Pandemic Legacy Season 0 is in shrink.
Surprise.
Spoiler alert, I am the type of person to open and sort the games. And mainly because I learn the game, so it's nice to see everything, and I usually take the rule book and I start skimming through the rule book because I do like a quick skim first. Then I have a thorough read, and then I read it once more with the game set up. So it's part of my learning process.
Yeah, but you could arguably do that when you know you're going to play it.
Well, I think I want to play it right away.
Yeah, I was just going to say, but you just like rush into it and want to play it right away.
Yeah.
So from that, I can understand, I guess.
I sometimes just set up games very passively. And I'm just hopeless.
Sometimes there's not a game set up right now, but that's because we just finished playing it. But it was there for like, 4 days?
Well, I read the rule book, and Golem was very exciting.
He asked me if I wanted to play it.
He said no. I don't. So I'm going to set it up and learn it so I'm ready for when he's ready, which I thought would be in an hour.
And then I had to walk downstairs for the next 4 days after work and see this game set up. And then look over in moments and see Ilya be like, do you want to play Golem? And I'd be like, I don't want it right now.
But then we played it and we loved it.
Oh, it was a great game. And we had been playing other games too, so it wasn't like we were not playing games.
That's true. Well, question number 20.
The last one.
The last question is, who do you want to pass this tag on to? I think a lot of people have already been tagged. And if we'll just transform this question in our Kovray fashion and end it with a question of morph the question number 20 to a question of the day for you. What? So feel free to take any of the 19 questions. They'll be in a description, and tell us a little bit about yourself, because we always love learning more about you and hearing your stories. I'm particularly interested in what game you're excited to play that's not out yet.
Yeah, that would be a good one to
That's
answer.
a good question. But tell us anything about yourself. What
Or
player
what your
color do
favorite
you
thing about
use?
the board game community is.
There's a lot of good
there's a
question
lot
of the days
yes,
there.
Yeah.
So, and then, yeah, we'll continue the conversation. Thank you so much for tuning by and learning a little bit more about us.
Exactly. We love doing these types of things. And I'm happy I didn't see the list of questions. So yeah, I don't even know how I didn't know about this tag. Just completely missed it, I guess. But anyways.
Anyways, what?
If you liked this video, please hit that thumbs up button and maybe even that subscribe button. Because
some animals don't have thumbs.
Exactly.
What's that called when you have thumbs?
What do you mean?
Like it's a name for it. Like.
Oh, I know what you're trying to say. Opposable. You have opposable.
Opposable thumbs? What if they're posable thumbs?
I don't think people have posable, but. Okay, maybe we're wrong here.
I'm posing with
I'm
my
having
thumbs.
a hard time with words today, I think.
Have a wonderful rest of your day, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye!